We are still in October, which means we're still learning about school. And this week, I want to talk about how to make virtual learning work for you. Virtual learning is like so not an ideal situation, right? It like kind of sucks. But it is something that we as parents have more involvement in. So we are able to see more about how our kids learn, how services are rendered, and maybe how they are not being rendered based on the current status of virtual learning. With virtual learning, your child is theoretically home and maybe they have scheduled courses or maybe they are like at your own pace sort of situation. But either way, we as parents, our primary, utmost, top tier job is to connect with our kids. And so if you feel like this mean minion that is going around yelling at people until they do their classwork, something's wrong, right? Because if you think about it in the context of a job, if you have a job and your boss is like always up in your cookies, micromanager, fussing at you when you don't do stuff right, then when your boss walks away, you're probably going to say a few choice words, right? And it doesn't motivate you to go the extra mile for your boss. So in the context of virtual learning, if we as parents are foregoing any of the connection work we've done in order to make sure work gets done, then we're not going to get good work done. So you're saying, well, if I'm not mean like that, they don't do their work. Okay, then why aren't they doing their work? Are they not doing their work because they are so overwhelmed with school? School is such a big challenge that the idea of doing the work that the teacher has presented, they feel like they would rather just say no to it in general. Kids would rather be bad than dumb, and so they're gonna just stop. So is it that the schoolwork is too hard? Is it that when the teacher reviewed it on the quick online class, they don't remember all of that? Is there a way you can record that so that they can go and review it again later? Can you ask for notes to be sent home? So sometimes the teachers will provide blank pages with you've got to write in the words. Maybe that's not working for you. Maybe you need the whole notes with the answer, answer key included. Maybe it's that the topic is too hard. So a lot of times our kids in virtual learning are not being put in a classroom that has modified the curriculum, which is what they were used to when they were at school. And so if they're not having a modified curriculum and they're in 5th grade, but they really need 3rd grade work, then they're going to be frustrated. So how can you work with the school in order to make sure that that is an option for them? Maybe it's the noise. The noise on these virtual classrooms, if everyone's not muted, can be so overwhelming. So maybe it's the sensory input of the noise that makes them not even want to get on the call. So how can you be a detective and be curious about why your child is saying no versus being the big bad wolf that's coming in and enforcing that they do their schoolwork? The reality is in the long run, even if your kids complete no schoolwork the rest of the school year, they will be okay. They will be okay, guys. The most important thing that you need to worry about is your relationship with your child, because no work will get accomplished without that relationship. And so if you have to forego work in order to do that, maybe that's what you need to do. If you need to commit to doing the classwork during the assigned times and say no to homework, maybe that's what you need to do. But you need to work with your team in order to find out what the best accommodations are for your child so that they can feel successful and feel good. I would emphasize to the team that your worst fear is that they have a really negative feeling about school, and when and if school starts back up again, that they won't want to attend. So how can we make this whole unfortunate situation a more positive experience for them so that they feel like they are winning? And that is going to mean probably bigger accommodations than the typical virtual learning experience. First job, parents, is connection. Stay tuned for our next tip next week.